When you die, you go from being somebody to somebody. Greetings gamers and welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm your host Carmen Monroe, and your ears click every time you swallow. The FNAF series is being beaten to death by this channel, and sometimes the games themselves are beaten to death by the code, causing issues to rise and sometime not get fixed. But which ones will give you a fright? That's what we're exploring with today's list of the top 10 scary FNAF glitches. Like this video and love FNAF. Like this video if you love FNAF, and subscribe so you never miss our daily gaming content. Now, roll the intro. And a 10 mask camera. Five Nights 2 introduced the mechanic of a wearable Freddy head that would fool animatronics, making them believe you're in a suit instead of just being a naked endoskeleton. However, the mechanic didn't appear in the first game, which is the second in the FNAF timeline, which is weird. Maybe because in FNAF 2 it's possible to activate both the camera and the mask at the same time, or at least very similar times, to show the cameras through the eyes of the mask. Yeah, while this may seem inconvenient, the camera is still fully functional. You can change to each camera and still wind the music box, but you can only see out of the eyes, which makes this incredibly frustrating and hard to use. This occurs because when you activate one of the two objects at the bottom, the arrows at the bottom don't leave instantly. It takes a few frames before it's gone, so if you can catch the other activation extremely quickly, you can have both going at the same time. The thing is, I don't know if you can deactivate it, so unless you can remember where everything is, you're gonna get jump scared by the puppet. And 9 double jump scares. It is actually possible for you to get double jump scared in one night. Sure, over multiple nights and attempts you can get scared multiple times, but if you can somehow time things perfectly, or terribly depending on how you look at it, you can get scared twice in one night. If you run out of power, that aspect of the game overwrites everything, and even if Chica is in your face, you aren't dead until the static pops up. Therefore, if Chica or Bonnie or even Freddy is in your face when you hit 0% power, you can be saved and have to deal with Freddy's glowing face and eyes looking at you like he's about to stuff you in a suit. Because technically he is, because you're a naked endoskeleton, because you don't have a head to hide behind. This can even happen when Foxy pops into the room, which is really weird and goes to show that anything is possible with these games.
We're dead. We're dead.
And an 8 long jump scare. While yes, you can get jump scared twice, you can also get jump scared for the whole night. Like I said, you aren't dead until the static pops up on screen, which means that while Chica or Bonnie is still in your face, you can still do stuff, kind of. And if you manage to open the camera monitor right after it closes, you can actually start the jump scare cycle all over again. This also makes you keep losing power and progresses the time forward. Therefore, if you get jump scared at 4 AM, you can keep opening the camera and actually end up surviving the whole night, even if it's 12 AM when you get jump scared. While this may sound absurd, it's something that can only work in the normal game, since in the VR game, these mechanics just don't exist. So if you get jump scared and you are on night 5, try a last ditch attempt to survive by prolonging the jump scare, and since you know it's coming, it's not going to be scary, just annoying, because of that goddamn scream. And at 7, 8-bit gameplay. The mini-games in Five Nights all have a sort of old 8-bit Atari-style aesthetic, and usually this only pertains to the mini-games. However, on a very rare occasion in Five Nights 3, you can end up getting an 8-bit style in the main game, which makes things very complicated and difficult since, you know, you can only see half the screen. Only the little lines that you can see, which would be the lines that had color and that weren't just black, so it's very confusing and you'll have to see it for yourself, because what it happens after you do one of the mini games, it might just not reset. And at 6, Vanishing Bonnie. Withered Bonnie is the only scary version of Bonnie that isn't based on Halloween. However, in FNAF 2, when he appears in your office, it is possible to get rid of it. And I don't mean the typical game way of wearing the Freddy head. I mean you can actually get him to vanish temporarily by turning on one of the vent lights. It doesn't matter which, they will both work, and it gives you a view of the hall that you otherwise wouldn't have. I'm not sure that this is possible every time, I only know that it is possible. If anyone has gotten this glitch and made it to work, did it work every time or did you try not to replicate it again? I'm very curious and genuinely wondering because while I'd like to have all the facts, nobody's talking about this glitch online. There isn't like a Freddy and Friends glitch wiki page or something. Even though there should be. Is Freddy and Friends a fan game? I feel like it is. Sounds like it. If it's not, it should be. And there should be a fan glitch page. Halfway through at number 5, unrecognizable Foxy. I'm using this number to complain, if I'm being totally honest. If you didn't know, in Help Wanted's Curse of Dreadbear DLC, there is a corn maze minigame, and in that minigame, you are working your way around a corn maze to try to find colored keys while Foxy is on your tail. The only really scary part about it, once you've played it multiple times, is the fact that there is crows on the ground that cluster, like they form groups, and then when you stand on them, they caw really loudly and scatter, and it scares the hell out of you. It's the only scary part of that game. But they also alert Foxy to your location. Anyway, if Foxy sees you, you need to hide behind a cardboard cutout of some of your favorite characters. But the thing is, he's supposed to see you and run at you, but he can just not do that. He can just walk at you and pretend not to notice you, then you move away from the cutout, and then boom! You get jump scared and crap yourself. It's incredibly rude and a horrible abuse of game mechanics. Out of the 4 times I've lost in that minigame, out of I don't know how many times I've played it, 2 of them are because Foxy used this, okay? He trolled me, and he abused the game mechanics. It's not cool, man. And at 4, Glitch Trap. I know Glitch Trap was intentionally programmed into the game, however, in the world of FNAF Help Wanted, Glitch Trap was never an intentional feature of the game, and it caused Jeremy to cut his own face off, and maybe even absorb the other beta tester. So in essence, Glitch Trap is called Glitch Trap for a reason. He's William Afton that got into the game because of hard drives that were scanned due to helping the code to create the game, and how Afton managed to transfer his consciousness into a hard drive, it's a mystery. Wait, maybe he infused the hard drives with remnant he got from the Springtrap suit. Or maybe he just injected his own DNA into the hard drives or made remnant some other way. I don't know, that could be a major plot point soon. But how can we really know? How do you think William got his consciousness into the hard drives? Let me know your theories down below. And at 3, Golden Freddy Jumpscare. Another aspect of the game that isn't really a glitch but could also be, we don't really know for sure, is Golden Freddy's Jumpscare. It involves his face showing up on the screen and then the game crashes, but the key word is crashes. If the game shut itself down intentionally, it would be a different story, but the issue is if the game is truly crashing, it would not have been what was intended. This was obviously later duplicated, thus maybe lending less to the idea that it was an accident, but maybe things that were an accident later helps in the long run of developing ongoing jokes. The whole "it's me" thing could also be thought of as a glitch. I know it's not, but it could be considered one if you think about it in like a very, very loose sense of the word. It's also weird that Golden Freddy just shows up inside, going through closed doors, you know, he has no regard for humanity. Same. And at 2, Lights Out, Clock Out. This has only happened to me once, and it happened to me on this channel. Like I said, you're not dead until the game actually shows the static, so when the power goes out and the music starts playing, you can actually complete the night. While it may be more common than the others, imagine the ultimate night being, you get jump scared by Chica or Bonnie, you keep it going for an in-game hour, then the power goes out, then just as Freddy is singing, you make it to 6 AM by the skin of your teeth. Literally. Best thing ever. It's a real thing that can happen. That's pretty dope. I don't know if it has happened, but if you have a video where someone actually does it or something similar, please let me know down in the comments because I really need to know. Here's a clip of me somehow surviving because of this somewhat rare occurrence. Oh no. God. Oh God. Oh my God! Finally, in at number 1, Danger Keep Out call. Danger Keep Out is the Dreadbear DLC version of normal nights. On night 3, the final night, you can get a glitch that causes the call to blank and be replaced by beeping. After you do this, the whole level glitches out and the monitor says searching for glitches with a small progress bar. So like the whole room will become like static and purple and it's weird. But the game still goes on, so you still have to pay attention or you're screwed. Not to mention the textures end up missing, so you don't really know what camera to hit. This is my favorite version of the FNAF main gameplay type, just needing to focus on the doors and the Foxy cam. It really simplifies things and you don't really need to wait, you just flash them. You're good. Don't flash people. That's bad. But in this game it's important, and it makes things much more manageable. There we have it, friends, the top 10 scary FNAF glitches. What glitches did you know about, and which glitches do you think are the scary? What are the scary? And which glitches do you think are the scary? I'm leaving this in, you know what? There we go. Let me know down below, and while you do that, I'll read out some comments from a previous video. Shadow Games said, Connor, why do your intros always make me question everything? Because you aren't asking enough questions, man. You gotta know. Answers. Thomas Plays 555 says, where the heck is Two Evil Eyes? Right here, buddy. Right here. Rainbow Geese says, hi. Hi. That's all we got time for in today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been and shall remain Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video. Making them believe you're in a suit instead of just being in making them believe you're in a suit instead of just being in. Christ! Oh my! I need to stop this. Making them believe you're in a suit instead of being just a Nago and making you believe. Copyright. These glasses make me not be able to read the digital clock on my oven. That's cool. Finally, in number 1, keep danger out call. No. What? I'm gonna resume the in-between number song. Dun, dun, dun. Gonna resume the in-between number song. Don't copyright me, please. Oh, I beg you, I beg you, I beg you. And at 7.